AP in the building. Alycia Parks brings out the Rockets in France as we would go to 3 sets on center court. Alycia, could she get her first win here at the French Open? We'll see. As always, this coverage is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing, and the Digital Millennium Act. Heading into the 3rd set after Alycia Parks took the 1st set, Muchova bounced back and took the 2nd set. Muchova actually, before the conclusion of the 2nd set, up 5-2, was a 6-1 favorite. Are you crazy? And we would have an official upset alert as Karolina Muchova was winning the shorter rallies. That's right, guys. Any points, 4 shots or less, Muchova was winning the majority of them. But it's all in the head, as Alycia Parks loves to do. Alycia Parks would win the majority of the rallies, 5 shots or more. Unbelievable, guys. Now, Muchova is very versatile, right? Her style of play transfers to any surface, hard, grass, or even clay, as she's done well here in the French Open in the past, making it to the championship match, losing to Iga Swiatek, right? We remember that epic battle. However, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to defending in the two-way play, I don't think that style of play that Muchova has, it doesn't necessarily work well against players like Coco Gauff, Alycia Parks, these explosive players that can cover ground, a large amount of ground in a short amount of time. Factor in Alycia Parks' wingspan, her reach. I think she closes out very well for her height. And look, the consensus is Alycia Parks is probably about 6'1", right? I've met her. I'd say she's probably about 6'1", but she moves better than anyone on tour over 6 feet, without a doubt. And she showed today at one point she was winning the majority of the net points as well. And I feel Alycia Parks, her power on the serve, every time she needed a big serve, she came through today. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The 3rd set, Alycia Parks would take it in blowout fashion, serving up a breadstick to Muchova in the 3rd set, and Parks would win this match as a huge underdog. No one really gave her a chance, but let's just be honest, guys. I told you, Alycia Parks can win this match. She can beat Muchova. She's just got to play fast. Don't get lured into that game where Muchova comes to the line. She takes her time. She wants to slow you down so you can't find a rhythm. Meanwhile, she's playing into her own rhythm. That's how she plays. Wide serve, stretch the court. And I just feel Parks keeping the ball in the center, stepping up, hitting the winners down the line when they presented themselves. She played very well. In the 1st set, 3 aces, Parks won 71% of her first serve. There was a drop-off in the 2nd set where Muchova dominated the 2nd serve points, winning about 73% of those. But the 3rd set, Parks would bounce back. And this is where Parks is at her best. 14 for 16 on first serve points won. That's good for 88%. 3 aces. She won 60% of Muchova's 2nd serve, 70% of her first serve. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, dominated the winners 11-4. And overall, guys, if you haven't picked up the theme of this video, Alycia Parks wins this match. And this coverage here is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing, and the Digital Millennium Act, as we got a word from AP in the building. Alycia Parks.
Definitely woke up early to warm up. I don't know, I went back to go back to sleep and come back out here so I would be fresh. I just kept telling myself, like, every point you have to fight for it. It's not going to be.
Exactly. Every point you have to fight for it. It's not going to be easy. And the reality is this, guys. I've said it in the past. Alycia Parks or should we say it the fancy way? Alycia Parks. She plays very well in France. She's got numerous titles in France. I want to say at least 4 or 5, right? She won that big championship match against a former top 5 player in the world, Caroline Garcia, who retired, by the way. Look, Caroline Garcia, her last match here in France, memorable. Very big on the channel. I love Caroline Garcia, very classy woman, always in person. Maybe a little salty, though, after that loss to Parks. I felt that handshake was a little funny. But nonetheless, guys, probably Parks' biggest win at the time, right? When she took out Caroline Garcia in her own backyard, Lyons, France, to win her first main tour title. But she's also defeated Kim Won-jung. But this win here, very big, another top 10 win to her resume as Muchova, former world ranked number 8. Right now, she's ranked 13th in the world. Parks, in the live rankings, she moves up to 45th in the world. And like I said in the previous video, Parks needs to get back inside the top 30. right? I think that's a comfortable ranking for her as she slowly climbs up into the teens and the top 10. Eventually, she will be a top 10 player. I do have Parks winning a slam before she retires. I think once it all comes together, and by the way, she's working with Jeremy Chardet, who's a former French player, nearly 250 wins on clay, very good on clay. And Parks would say in the post-match interview that she's really not that comfortable playing on clay. Now, why? If I had to guess, I would say because she's so explosive indoor hard, you're playing on a surface that's a lot slower. It takes away your natural attribute, which is speed and quickness and power. So it takes some getting used to. She's got the right coach now. And yes, guys, this is her first win at the French Open. Congratulations. She's trying to make history like she did the Australian Open the year before last, right, where she made the round of 32, that showdown with Coco. Right now, what's next for Alycia Parks? She's going to take on Elsa Jackmont. That's right, bonjour, comment allez-vous. Elsa's got a big racket, right? Big aces. She's very, very powerful on the serve, much like Alycia Parks, right? Very similar game. But what Elsa wants to do, just like a huge win that Parks had previously in the past against Ken Jung, Elsa wants to go to the forehand. She's going to beat you with the forehand. If she's serving well, that's going to take a lot of pressure on her forehand. But overall, Elsa, deep forehand. She wants to play the deep ball. So that's going to be a challenge for Parks. But again, Parks has a lot of strengths to her advantage in a matchup like that. Not only is Parks going to be the better, stronger serve. Now, Elsa does have a good serve, so I think she will be able to go toe-to-toe with Parks in that department. But Parks has got a much better backhand. Parks plays much better tennis towards the net. She's a better defender, more explosive. I think Parks can get the ball clearly over the net with her backhand and around no man's land. Elsa doesn't have that short ball. It's going to be all forehand once the ball's in play. So I think Parks has a lot of advantages in that matchup. I think it's going to be a really, really good matchup. And I think Parks should make the round of 32. She should defeat Elsa Jackmont. That would make her second. Look, smile, all smiles from Alycia Parks. Now listen, I've seen Alycia Parks win quite a bit, so I've seen her smile, but a lot of people apparently haven't seen Alycia Parks smile. So there you have it, guys. Beautiful smile from Alycia Parks, and yes, she is a diva. A quick review of the statistics there. I think Parks was very, very great with the break points. Very consistent, 4 for 9. She limited Muchova to only 2 break points, and look, the majority of those coming in the second set. The winner count, like I said, nearly 2-1. I thought that was very good consistency, whether it was a short ball or the deep ball. Playing aggressive when she needed to. I'm just very impressed with Alycia Parks. Today was just a great win for her, and she's happy. And I think as a coach, you want your player. This is what I would do if I were coaching any of this top tier talent. I would have my player make like a small reservation. I don't know, maybe something for dinner, maybe a movie reservation. Make something for the second week, right? Because your goal is to get to the second week of the slam. You get, of course, your goal is to win it, but I'm just saying small baby steps, right? And I'm not talking about make a goal to win the first match. I'm talking about make a goal to get to the second week of the slam, because that's when things get really intense. That's where your form is clicking, you're playing good tennis, and the crowds start to diminish, right? As a lot of the side court matches, there aren't on the schedule. A lot of the matches, they're in the stadiums, the arenas. The atmosphere gets bigger and better, and you start to really believe that you can win this thing. Make a reservation, plant that seed in your mind that you're going to be here for the second week. And look, let the magic happen. Emma Raducanu 2021, ladies and gentlemen. But here it is, the round of 32, Alycia Parks, the last person to make it into the round of 64. Second round, that is, correction. Now, on the bracket below her, you have Anne Helena with a huge upset today against Elena Evanesian. I knew that would happen, right? And then you have Bassian with the kind of, I guess you can say that's an upset over Lisa Mertens. Mertens played a lot of tennis as well. This thing could open really wide for Alycia Parks, right? Because we've seen Alycia Parks in this position before, where you want to counter out. I don't think you want to do that against Alycia Parks, because I personally think she should beat Elsa. But let's just say Anne Helena comes through, right? Alycia Parks versus Anne Helena. That's going to be a blockbuster, ladies and gentlemen, because Angelina does own the head-to-head, but I don't think Angelina's very healthy right now. She did get the win over Evanesian. That's a good win. But I think this is one of those opportunities. If Parks gets past Elsa, I think she could upset Angelina and find her way to the Sweet 16. It's very much so possible, ladies and gentlemen. I do think that's possible. Alycia Parks wins. Congratulations. Look at the smile. One more time. Do you got the smile? She's all smiles, guys. Tennis in a minute. Like the video. Show some love. What do you think of Alycia Parks' performance today? I thought it was amazing. A lot of people didn't give her the chance to win. And like I said, she could win this match. That's her coach there, Jeremy Charday. He's been working with her. And like Park said, she just hasn't been comfortable on clay. But she said playing in Germany helped her prepare and warm up for this. And this win today over Muchova, she now has the same amount of wins as Muchova on clay, 129. However, a lot of Alycia Parks wins on clay came on that American clay, which is that greenish gray stuff. Coco hates it. I hate it too. But again, it's not clay. But technically, officially, statistically, she has the same amount of wins on clay as Muchova does. Beautiful smile. Question for the subscribers, the listeners. Who is the greatest male tennis player of all time? I have Novak number 1. I have Roger number 2. And then I have Rafa number 3. When it comes to clay, yes, Rafa's the greatest clay male player, female player of all time. Well, okay, let's just say male. I don't want to go overboard here. He's the greatest male clay tennis player of all time. But we have to realize clay is the newest surface of them all, right? For a while there, a lot of people didn't respect clay champions. They just didn't, guys. Okay? The original surface is grass, hard, acceptable. Clay players did not get a lot of respect. It's probably Rafa, the one that really brought a lot of respect to these clay champions. I'm sorry, guys. Novak's my greatest, then Roger, then Rafa. But of all time, I still have Serena Williams as the greatest tennis player of all time. What she did to the game at her time was just unheard of in the open era. Comment below, guys. Great question for debate. Tennis in a minute. We'll be back.